Hello, hello everyone. It's Tammy Wilgenbush with Card Designs by Tammy. I am very excited today. It is a beautiful day here in Iowa. Spring is here for the time being. It's like 60, a little bit over 60 degrees on March 2nd, which is awesome, but tomorrow it's supposed to get back down in the 30s. So we enjoy it while we can. But today I am going to showcase one of the suites in the mini catalog. Celebration just got done, and I've been doing a lot of celebration videos, but today I am going to feature the Artfully Composed Suite here in the mini catalog. And it is a very, very fun, colorful, tropical themed suite that includes a stamp set and dies, some really pretty ribbon, some faux sea glass shapes, some really pretty vellum, and some paper. So let me show you all of the different parts in this suite. So this is the stamp set, and it is really pretty. It has these two big kind of leaf die or stamps, and then this little stamp here, and then this stamp is a kind of a background with words that you can't really see. I know there's probably a formal name for it, but I use it in one of them. I haven't, it's good. I've seen a lot of people use it and it looks really pretty. For some reason, I can never get it to look all that nice, but it is a really pretty stamp. And then it has thank you, happiest birthday wishes, sending all the hugs, and hey there. So very nice stamp set. And then it has a fun set of dies, which are really nice. They're really easy to cut out. And it has 9 dies all together. One of them, this long one, is a border die, and I'll show you it in one of the cards. These 2 dies are really fun. They don't cut the paper, but kind of cut a design in the paper. And again, I use this on a couple cards, so I'll show you those. But some of the other dies here, and I have them. It has 2 framelit dies for the stamped images, and this is what they looked like. So just very nice and basic. I've seen people cut out this one a lot and just use it as a sentiment piece too, which is really cool. You can actually stamp in very light and go over it, or you can not stamp at all and just use it as a sentiment. So the 2 framelets, and then it includes 3 kind of detailed dies, and this is kind of this one here is just a fun kind of branch leaf, and then this one kind of looks like that, and then we have this one here which looks like that. And this one does have 2 cutout pieces, and I have seen people try to put these together to kind of form another leaf. It doesn't line up exactly, so it's not something that I would do, but I've seen people do that. I also saw one person that kind of put this back in here, and so then you could kind of see the detail. You could actually kind of do it in 2 different colors too. Those are 2 different colors. I think Old Olive, and I think this one is Pear Pizzazz. So you could actually kind of do that and have the leaf in different colors. That actually looks kind of cool. So Does give you some options. I have just tended to use it as a detail die. Now the other thing with this one is it does actually leave a really nice negative, and I've used this once where I kind of stamped behind it and kind of left the negative. So this one, there's something about the way that this one is, it just leaves a really nice negative that you could do something with. So, and then this die here basically cuts out a lot of little tiny leaves. And I don't know if it would actually, I don't think it would coordinate with this stamp. Like, I don't think you could stamp this and then cut it out, but I haven't tried it yet. But it just kind of leaves all these really, I can even show you, really tiny little leaves, and I didn't use them on anything, but after going through some of these, I think that I have thought of a way that I might use it, and wish I kind of would have put it on a card, but I might do it if I do it again. So those are all of the die, and again, they're real easy to cut out. And one fun thing that that I've seen that I did is cut out some of these detailed dies in the vellum, and that actually looks really nice too. So those are the dies. As I said, this suite also comes with some really pretty, they call it layered vellum, and it's 12 pieces, and it's basically 2 designs. And let me show you. And there's actually kind of 3 designs, and they printed in black and then white. So you can see it better in the black here, and I think there's a different way, but it has a really pretty a kind of script, has a fun map, and I think it goes this way. And then just kind of some newspaper, I think it goes this way, yep, newspaper print. And again, it comes with that, and then all of them come in white as well. Let me get some black, and you might be able to see it a little bit better. So you can see this is the same one with kind of that script, but in white. We have the newspaper one. And then we also have the map. So I think, yep, it's a little bit brighter that way. So it's really pretty vellum, and again, you kind of have the option of doing the black kind of print on it or the white print. So then this set also, of course, comes with beautiful designer series paper. And the paper, it comes with 12 sheets. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 12 sheets. And it is 2 each of 6 double-sided designs. So here's one of them. Nice, just black dots on the back of that one. And again, you can see very bright, colorfuls, tropical themes. They have evening evergreen, mint macaron, old olive, bumblebee, or pale papaya. I can never tell which one that is. And just jade are the main colors. See those here. And there's some of the bright just jade. And then it also has Calypso Coral. So again, par for the course for Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper. One side is very bold and bright, and the other is a little bit more subdued. So you get your choice, and they all coordinate together. So those are the papers. Again, very bright and fun. It also comes with this really nice thick ribbon, and this is frayed ribbon. And I've used it before in my videos, and I don't think it shows its justice because it is actually kind of shimmery. So it's a really pretty ribbon. And then these are the really nice faux sea glass shapes. They come in just jade, old olive, and just white. So really fun elements for this suite. So here are some cards that I've made with the suite, and then we'll make one card together. So this is one. And again, you can kind of see the layering. This is one where I was thinking I had stamped the multiple leaves stamp in Pale Papaya, but this might actually be a nice one instead of that if I had used some of these smaller leaves and just kind of put dots of glue and glued those little leaves that came in the dies. I think that would have looked really cute. And this is some of the old olive sea glass shapes. So there's that one. This is one that I used Calypso Coral. Most of the card bases I've used tended to be old olive for some reason, but this was a nice fun one that I was able to use the bright, fun Calypso Coral. And you can see here, I did the border die there, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but did one of those, the kind of hashtag, the hash die, just kind of in the middle to give it some accent as well. And then just glued some of the dies there. And then this was the one where I used that negative of the one die, and I did use kind of the script behind it. Not sure if I like it. I was thinking maybe I could have just used a blender brush and sponged on some color back there, but and there's the nice ribbon, and then use some more of those sea glass. And there's just the nice simple inside. Another just nice one. And you can see that I tried to use a lot of the different sides of the designer series paper. Here I used some of the vellum as kind of a backdrop. And again, I've used the dies in most of the cards. And then this one is a fun bookbinding card. And again, I used the vellum as kind of a really nice layering piece there. And this one I didn't actually use any of the dies, so it just showcases the pretty stamps and some different parts of the paper there. And again, the nice ribbon and faux sea glass shapes. And the last card that I made is another one that I used some of those kind of the, I guess you call them the background dies. And I love the way that they look on this card, especially with this kind of the more muted paper that's all one style. I think it really, really helps it pop there. So yeah. And this one I did use mint macaron as the background piece. I think almost all the others except for that one were the old olive for the card base. But again, used a little bit different color here with the mint macaron. And then I did do the just jade border there. So those are some of the different cards that I've made. And here is the card that we are going to be making today. So here you can see where I have used the dies that were cut out in some of that vellum. So let me get all my dimensions and all the pieces for this card here. Got them all in my envelope here. So I cut out, again, I kind of used the branch leaf. I'm not sure exactly which one you called. Now this time I cut them out in with the black background, and I like that. It really kind of shows some of that different layering with the vellum there. So I cut 2 in the vellum and 1 in just jade there. And I have a standard card base in just jade. And so this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And this is going to be a card that opens this way. And so I have a piece for the inside that is just a basic 4 by 5 1/4. Put that off to the side. And then I have a piece of evening evergreen that is a narrow border. So it is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So just gives kind of an 1/8 of an inch border between that and the card base. And then my designer series paper is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, so kind of a 1/4 inch card base. And then I have another strip of designer series paper, and this strip is 1 inch by 5 3/8 inches. So 1 inch, and then it's the same length as the evening evergreen piece, so 5 3/8 of an inch. And then I just have another piece of white. This is 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/4 inch for the sentiment. So this card is actually pretty easy to put together. I probably could have done one of the more complicated ones, but sometimes it's just nice to have a quick, easy video. So I will put some glue on the back of the designer series paper to layer it, and I think I might be out of glue. So let me get the other one. All right, let's try this again. There we go. Well, that's better. And I especially like my green glue with the really narrow margins. There we go. And I will have all of these dimensions on my blog, and I will put together, I'm going to do a tutorial with all of the cards. That will be for sale, but the dimensions on this card will be in my blog, which you'll be able to get to in the description below. Okay, so then we just layer this on. Nice and easy. So then we're going to take the strip, and I'm going to take the sentiment, happiest birthday wishes, and I'm actually going to stamp it in just jade, so it matches the card base. And excuse my head, this is a really small sentiment piece, so we're going to kind of make sure I'm getting it lined up good. Perfect. And let's see, before I put my stamp away, I am going to stamp the inside of the card, or I should say before I put my ink away. And again, I'm just using this big, fun leaf stamp. And I'm going to to kind of angle it off to the side. Ink it up and then do the other side. And I will also do my envelope. I'm just going to do one side of the envelope. Make sure I get it. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put my ink away so I don't get ink all over everything. And I think we're ready. Again, there's not much Stampin', so this card goes together pretty easy. So for the sentiment, I am going to bring in my tailored tag punch. And I'm going to kind of make a little V to kind of do a little banner there. So this punch works really nice for that. So now I'm going to put a little ribbon behind this. And so I'm going to bring in my Just Jade in color ribbon that I think is just, yeah, it's just Jade. And I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna trim it a little bit long. And so I'm gonna come in with my Stampin' Steel Plus. And I'm just gonna kind of run some tape. That was horrible. Run some tape on the back. Supposedly kind of towards the middle, but it did not work very well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of center this back there. And then I'm going to okay, that was not. I want it nice and angled. There we go. And let me get those out of the way. And then I'm going to come in with some more Stampin' Steel Plus, just kind of right over the ribbon. And then I'm just going to center it on here the best I can. Okay. And then this will get popped up on here with dimensionals. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that first, and then we'll kind of layer all these behind this once I get it on there. So I'm just going to put 4 dimensionals here. Just kind of across. And get those little stickies off. And just put this kind of towards the bottom. And I should make sure, again, I'm going to kind of want it to overlay. So I want to make sure that those will fit behind without going above the card. Okay, so then I'm going to layer these, and I'm actually going to put the green behind with the vellum over. So I'm going to, and I'm going to kind of trim off the end here since you can't see it, and I just want to make sure that it's not going to stick out, because this one, actually I'm going to cut off a little bit more. I don't want it to go off the top, so that should be good. So actually I'm going to hold it kind of right in there. And I'm just going to come in with some glue and just kind of put it very, very lightly so that this will stay. And again, it doesn't take a lot of glue. I just want a little bit on some of those ends to help just adhere them down. Okay, and I'm gonna put that behind, right in the middle. And then for these, since they're vellum, I'm only gonna put glue down towards the bottom where they're not going to show. And again, I'm gonna trim this off a bit to make sure that it's not gonna show through. And I'm gonna grab that to hold on to it. And then, like I said, it will be, most of this will be down, so I can put glue kind of all down the bottom here to make sure that it will adhere down, but you won't be able to see the glue on top. And so it will stay. And kind of put this underneath to help get it to stay down, and then just kind of hold that down a little bit, and you can see definitely that it definitely has some glue down there. So good, perfect. And then I'm going to come in and again trim this part off the bottom. And again, just try to have a light hand. For some reason, I'm having a heavier hand with this glue on these, but okay. And then kind of hold that down there to make sure that it adheres good. And there you have that. Make sure that it's all good. Yep, it's not moving. So there you have that part. So actually, while I have the glue out, I will glue the inside here. You can hear kids outside playing basketball. It's so nice to see and hear everybody outside a little bit more. Love it, love it. I love spring. I do love fall too, but I think spring is my favorite. Seeing everybody get back outside and the sun and the weather getting warmer. So nice. All right, I will put the top on my glue. So now the only thing I think I have left are some gems. And so I'm going to use some of the Just Jade faux sea glass shapes. I don't know if anybody can hear my dog, but she also likes people outside, although she thinks she needs to bark at everyone that is outside. So she is a beagle, so she also tends to howl. All right. There we go. I think I feel off today. Has anybody ever had that? Just kind of for some reason. Get my pieces off the side here. Okay, so there we go. So that is this card. Again, this was really simple to do. Some of the other ones were a little bit more complicated. This one is really nice and again, pretty easy to do. Would have been fun to showcase, but I didn't want anything that was too complicated. And I like this because it really shows off using the vellum for some of those dies as just a nice fun accent piece. So anyway, so those are some of the cards that I made showing the Artfully Composed Suite. So just a really nice, fun, tropical, summery suite of products that is currently available. So really one of my favorite. Really, really like it. And again, the dimensions for this card will be in the blog, and I will get a tutorial for the rest of these as well that will be available. And so hopefully you enjoyed the cards and seeing the products and like the suite. And please subscribe and hit the like button. And I appreciate everybody watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.